Students, we are going to talk about translations. We're going to be able to draw them and translate figures in a coordinate plane. So what we need to know is something about a vector. So a translation vector is a function that maps each point to its image along that vector. We can show vectors or name vectors by this, a little letter with a little like half line over above it. So point A is a translation, point A prime is a translation of point A along the translation vector K. So you're going to measure the vector and then you're going to take it from your original point to your new point, and that's what you're going to do to get your new point, your A prime. And it also has to be parallel to the vector. And I know we haven't talked a lot about parallel lines, but parallel means that it does not intersect. Okay? So let's go ahead and practice this using vectors. So here's the steps to creating a translation. The first thing you're going to do, what I want you to do is I just want you to draw a figure, and I want you to draw a vector that looks like this. So go ahead and draw a triangle, X, Y, Z, and the vector we'll call W. And yeah, so go ahead and pause the video and do that at this time. So the first step that you're going to do is you're going to draw a line through each vertex parallel to vector W. So use your best judgment on making parallel lines. Okay, I know we haven't talked about it yet in this class, but parallel means that they're not going to intersect, so they can't be slanted or anything. So you're going to draw lines through the vertices, nice long lines here. Okay. So then what you need to do is you need to measure the vector. If you don't have a ruler, just get out a sheet of paper and make little lines on that sheet of paper, okay? And from each vertex, you're going to mark off the distance on each line to create X prime, Y prime, and Z prime. So here is my picture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put it, actually, you know what? I'm just going to use this since it's already parallel, okay? Up here, so don't worry about that image. So I measured that. My lines are somewhat parallel here. And so I'm going to use a point to make my new vertices here. Okay, so here's my X or my Y prime. Okay, here's my X prime. And here's my Z prime. Okay, so that was step 2 I did up here, since this wasn't very parallel. So you're just going to do that. And then you're going to connect the vertices so they make your X, Y, and Z. Okay, which I would get up here if I connected those. So I guess I could use this. Sorry, my lines aren't very good. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I'm not going to do that one. I'll just use black again. Oh, maybe I'll change the color. So many decisions. So we have X. So here is our new figure. And all we did was just slide it. Translation is just like sliding. Okay, so that's what it should look like. And these lines right here, are this little red dash here, means that these are congruent to the vector that you measured. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. Alrighty. Now what happens when you're on the coordinate plane? Well, when you're on the coordinate plane, you're going to be given a vector, okay, and that's how you're going to shift your point. Okay, that's how you're going to shift your point. So, and you're going to add that to your X value and your Y value. So go ahead and pause the video and write this down. So in this example, you have P, which is -2 and 3. The vector is going to be like these little, I don't know, they're like little parentheses with points on them. I don't know, they're like, I don't know what you want to call them. We'll figure out what we want to call those, but that's how you notate vectors. So 7, 4. So what that means is we're going to add 7 to -2, okay, and then we're going to add 4 to 3, and we end up with our new point being 5, 7. So That's how we're going to do it on the coordinate plane, and that's what our next example is going to be. So let's look at this example. We're going to, well, why don't you pause the video and write this down? Okay, so here's our original points, and here's our vector. This is how we're going to shift, or translate, I should say, our graph. So E is -7, 1. So the new point, E prime, is going to be, it's going to be -5, comma, 4. Because we just add the 2 and the 5. We're just adding these to it. So we're going to add 2 and add 5. So our new point is -5, 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be E prime. Now F is going to be, if we add 2 and add 5 to it, it's going to be -2, 1. So 1, 2, and then up 1 right here. So that's F prime. And then G, I'll write over here. G is going to be, if we add 2 and add 5 to that, it's going to be -1, 4. So -1, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right here. So that's G prime. Okay. So when we draw that, I'll do a different color here. The book does green, I can do green. So here is our new, oops, come on now. Oh man, it's not going to let me. Hold on here. Let's do a line. Okay, so here, oh my gosh, it's going to do that again. I guess I just have to draw them then. Silly computer. So what was E again? -5, 4, and G was -1, 4. I'll just draw it. So here would be your new triangle, your translated triangle. Okay. Oh, and I just noticed that. I graphed it wrong originally. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so I just fixed it. Sorry, I'm trying to make this video in very short amount of time, so I apologize. All right, so I just fixed that. So -3, -1. So hopefully you guys fixed that as well on your paper, or hopefully you did it correctly the first time. Silly Mrs. Davis. So then the translation, then this should be the same distance for the vector, which it is because we added 2 and we added 5 each time. So that's all I have for you in this video. Again, I apologize for my mistake. And we'll see you guys on the next class, So you guys have a good evening, and we'll talk to you later.